Hi everyone, I'm Tom and I'm making a video because I've been doing the Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditation now for over 1 year and I haven't skipped a day of meditation and the journey has been really interesting for me so far. So yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, let's jump into the video. So I started doing the meditations in June of 2024, which is just over a year ago now. And let me say this, I was in a situation in life where I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. S- I felt like I didn't have any kinds of clarity of what I actually wanted to do. And my my original day back then was I was gaming a lot every single day, and like I could game for 17 hours and just dig myself into another world because I didn't have like any passion to do anything. Well, that's not true though. I had passion, but I just lacked the clarity at that moment. So the first meditation I did, I think that was the blessings of the energy centers, which is also one of my favorite ones still. And it was quite interesting. And I started doing the meditations laying down in the start, the first maybe 3 weeks, and and already from like the first meditation, I could I could feel something. I could feel like something shifting inside me because I've always been a little bit sensitive to like energy in those kinds of ways since I've been very spiritual growing up. But yeah, it's like if you know how to feel energy like going around in your body, that was something I felt from the first meditation, and I didn't expect anything. I was like, okay, I just need to jump into this without overthinking it so much. And yeah, it was really good. And I think it was I think it was the third meditation now I did ever by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and that I got so much energy going through my hands. And I can remember that I was looking at those video of all the other people, testimonials, and there were a lot of people like talking about having a feeling of touching like a electricity fence, like an intense feeling of having a lot of energy coming through your hands. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, I don't know, maybe. And the thing is, the third meditation, um, it happened to me. And I was laying down in bed, fully awake. Like I could feel my body and everything, but something just kind of released in my first centers, I guess, like, all that and energy coming from the first center and or like and it started with like small like what to say, like tingling feeling in my tingling feelings in my hands, and then it started to like woo 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 woo. Yeah, like it was increasing in waves kind of, and it was so intense that it felt like my hands were on fire, but like in a good way. And I was literally laying there in bed, looking down at my hands and going like, what is going on? Whoa, what is going on? Yeah, yeah, it was crazy. And I'm so thankful for having that experience, but because it kind of got me into that mood of okay, I really want to do this. I think it's something here. Well, duh, you know, with my hands, I got like an extreme experience right out of the gate, and yeah, it only motivated me to do it every single day, and I'm really proud of that. Till this day, that I haven't skipped a day of meditation, and then just kept on going. So yeah, and also it lasted for many minutes. I was laying there just really fascinated. And I could feel like a tingling on my chest as well, but it wasn't like intense. The intenseness was in my hands. So I don't think it was anything about my heart opening, because I'm still working on that. That is a ever ever ending process, to keep it open, or yeah, just to get an energy in there. Um, and yeah, so after that meditation, I decided that you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm diving in. I'm diving in. So I did, and I've had a lot of experiences. I haven't had any mythical. Well, kind of, but I'm gonna come back to that later. And also, like getting back to the point where I said I was gaming every single day. Almost all day. I kind of started to get bored of gaming, and that didn't take long. It was like maybe the second or third week where I was starting to feel like, okay, this is not doing it for me that much anymore. And like many of you may have had like an escape to something, and for me, that escape didn't like stimulate me in that particular way anymore, and I was just getting more and more bored of it, and that also escalated my time spent meditating instead of gaming. So I could have I could have days where I was meditating for 2 hours. I can have days that I meditated for 4 hours, 4 hours and 30 minutes sometimes, which was yeah, I had a span of time, like of many days, that I would sit in meditations for 4 hours and just be there and just experience nothingness, and just trying to be just pure consciousness. And yeah, it was so fascinating for me because I kind of felt more and more safe and more calm in myself just by sitting with myself, and that was very interesting. Instead of sitting down, watching something on TV, play video games, to calm myself, to relax. So this was like a new type of relaxation for me that gave me a lot of other additions to the relaxation, if you know what I mean. I got yeah, it was special, and it still is. You never know what you will experience when you go into a meditation, but for me it's not about seeking experiences. It's more about seeking who am I, because the moment I go into a meditation of wanting something, wanting something, like going in with a sense of lack, that I want to this meditation, I want to have a like experience. I mostly don't get them. you know yeah, nothing happens. Nothing happens, but the meditations where I'm just okay, this is something I do. This is okay, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to do this meditation for myself, and don't expect anything. those are the meditations for me that really hits deep. What I mean by deep, like mythical experiences, to the point I haven't had like vivid dreams or anything, but I've had meditations where I believe, suddenly I believe is an energy coming up to the pineal gland and activating it, because I can sit there and suddenly everything goes white. Everything goes white around me, and I'm like looking around. This is interesting and very bright, but very calm bright. If you know what it's an extreme calm feeling of just being there, and that has happened 3 times for me. And those always happen when I least expect them, and that is also something that Dr. Joe Dispenza says, that the moment you just let go, and just surrender, that's when the magical things happen, And yeah, that's true. That's definitely true for me as well. So yeah. And also after a while, this is maybe a month or something into the meditations, I started having some bursts of energy or love in my life when I was just going for walks. I could feel like a sudden sense of an energy coming over me in my chest, in my heart space, and just like that, I start to cry in pure love, because there's something about that I've experienced that the love you have inside yourself, it's very known but so unknown at the same time. It's very familiar, but also, it the only way I can explain it is it feels like home. It feels like oh, yeah, everyone has a hard time explaining this. It's like finding yourself again for like burst of moments, and I started having those through the days where I can just sit in the sofa and suddenly that feeling, like that energy, just swarms over me, and I just cry of pure joy and love. And yeah, like talking about it now makes my heart want to open a little bit more as well, just by talking to it. And it's something special about that when you really dive into this and you start to remember how to do it more and more, the easier it gets to activate it, or like yeah, it's so hard, like getting to the front, like activating it inside yourself, because it's always there. That's something that I learned myself. It's right there. It's right here. It's 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 here. It's yeah, it's we are everything. We are collective love, we are yeah, we all like, we actually like this, and just learning how to activate or bring that to the front more, to just, and also know, train yourself to know that is right here. That is what has been one of those biggest lessons for me, that I don't need anything outside myself to feel good, to feel loved, to not feel alone. But like everyone, it's good to have human interaction with people, but actually to be so content and in love with myself in life that I don't need anyone to make me feel good is such a freeing thing that I learned through these meditations because I could create every single feeling that I want to create. If it's negative or if it's positive, that's up to you. And going from like a victim of my life to blame other people for how I feel and who I am, to actually learning that um, you are the creator of your life, but you can also be the victim of your life. The choice is yours, and learning myself to actually accept that, and to also forgive myself and forgive other people, and let go of the trauma that I've had growing up, from being bullied, from yeah, from like being gay, for like so many, yeah, like so many things through my life that has shaped me to who I was. Well, have shaped my belief system, because I don't live in that belief system anymore. I built myself a new belief system, that I'm not my past, and I'm not Tom, you know, and actually getting to that point that my past doesn't dictate my future, and like distancing yourself from believe that you are your thoughts, you are your feelings, you are your past, you know, and you are the predictive future, and just focusing on being right here and now, and teaching myself to be more and more content with what I have just now, and also manifesting all the things I want in my life, but actually teach myself how to feel them, how to feel like I have it right now, without living from a space of lack, and actually go and actually teach myself to live from abundance. And that is that is like the biggest thing for me, that I am in the same I am in the same house, in the same like circumstance in my life now that I was 4 years ago. But I'm much more happy now. I love life more now. Uh, I love myself more. I love people more. I love everything about life more, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what has happened. What matters is just connecting more and more to yourself. Know thyself, you know, more. That's all that matters. Not what has happened. Not what has happened. That is something that I create more and more space from, because it doesn't matter. All that matters is love yourself more every single day. And I teach myself that through meditations, and also reminding myself in every day to connect with my heart, to feel love, to feel abundance, to feel grateful, to feel humbled. That, yeah, my life is beautiful, and I can create everything in my life. And it only gets better, because I choose to let my life get better. I choose to feel happy. I choose to feel love. I choose to open myself for more love. I choose to open myself for people to, you know, to give back to me as well. And the only focus I have now is to open myself to love as much as I can, so I can give back love to everyone else. that needs it, or yeah, create value by just being myself, connecting, get more clarity, connecting with the source, connecting with the divine, and choosing to live and choosing to meet people with love always, even though you don't agree with them. And that's true. That's something that I've also been struggling with as well. Um, to know and don't care about what other people are saying about you or thinking about you, your choices, your values, your boundaries. That is also something that happened through this year as well. I don't get triggered that much anymore. I don't get triggered by like almost anything anymore, and that is such a freedom, because I got so triggered by what other people may say about me or disagree with me, and or like if someone cuts in front of me at the store, okay, then I can use this moment right here to connect with my heart instead, you know. Yeah, and yeah, like just finding those moments in life where you get triggered, and it's not like I never get triggered, but I'm getting so and so much better at actually switching it around and catching myself from going unconscious to actually just say, wait a minute, this is not me. This is just a old habit that I have. It's old programming that my body is so used to getting going back into. But this time I choose to do it differently. I choose to let's go into my heart. Let's just feel my heart instead of reacting to this conversation or a situation happening in my life, and yeah, focus on that instead. So yeah, that's definitely something that has changed the last year for through these meditations with Dr. Joe Dispenza. And also one other thing, I'm just rambling now, but I love these kinds of videos. Um, I did his online course as well. Um, I've done it once, and I'm gonna do it again. And I've started to read the book. No, not breaking the habits of being yourself, but becoming supernatural. So I'm trying to get as much information, to try to remember it more and more, that it becomes like a natural part of me, natural part of my neurological pathways in our brains, if you know what I mean. You guys know this because you do the same work as me, most likely. And yeah, and just to end this video, would I recommend other people doing this themselves? Yes. Is it worth it? Yes. Is it hard? Oh my god. Is it hard? Yeah. But it's so worth it. Every step of the way. Every step of the way. The moment you overcome yourself on the way, those small fights you have, the big fights as well, it's like struggling with yourself. Overcoming the ego, the softening the ego, like I like to say, just softening the ego and say, stay right there. Yeah, just overcoming that slowly but surely. Yeah, definitely something I would like other people to start doing themselves. And yeah, it's been life changing for me. So I'm not ever gonna stop doing that. And yeah, I'm just fascinated how much my life has changed through this year, and it's only been 1 year, so I can't wait to experience what's gonna happen in the next coming years. And also, I bet that you have looked at so many videos about this, and maybe you're sitting on the fence and thinking, when I try to meditate, doesn't work for me. And I can tell you something that really hits me doing these meditations that Dr. Joe says. There is no such thing as a bad meditation. There's no such thing as a bad meditation. So always just keep on going, overcome yourself more and more. And slowly over time, you will see things change for yourself. And I promise you that. Yeah, for sure. That is something I can promise you. So thank you so much for tuning in and actually listening to me ramble. Um, and I'm definitely gonna make some more videos on YouTube from now. It's something that I really want to do. And for the last half year, I've been going live on TikTok every single day just to teach myself that it's not scary to do the things you really want to do, you know. And I've jumped into doing so many things last year that has terrified me, but that's when we learn. That's when we gain knowledge to actually jump, and it's not going to be a perfect time to start anything. So for me, I'm programming myself more and more to just jump into anything and just learn by doing and change. That's when it happens, you know. Doing the things that terrifies you, that gets you out of that comfort zone, because that's when you learn. That's when things starts to happen. That's when, yeah, become the person you want to become, you know. Do the things that person would do, even though it's uncomfortable, even though it's uncomfortable. That's when you also escalate the changes even quicker, you know. So do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. And so by that, I'm going to say, like I always do on TikTok Live, I say, remember to love yourself, because you are the most important person in your life, and you're worthy of self-love. And yeah, take care. And if you want to follow me on TikTok, I'm live every single day over there, where I create a calm space where I guide people through breathing techniques every single night, 7 p.m. UTC +1. So that is most likely gonna be different for you guys or girls out there. But feel free to join me over there and come and say hi. We would love to have more people doing meditations over there and changing their life from the inside out, instead of trying to change your life from the outside in. So take care, and I love you. I love you. Bye, everyone.